So let me try to get this and understand this. You have WrestleMania, the biggest, most important, most synonymous show of the year. WrestleMania, once called the granddaddy of them all. And by the way, welcome to Sean's Entertainment, youtube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. Once again, always consistent, prolific, dedicated. Please share my videos all over Facebook, Twitter. Give my name out on Instagram. You know the drill. It is the road, the race to 100,000 subscribers by WrestleMania. I know it may not happen, but I'll do everything in my power to make sure it does happen. But you know, I'm feeling very empty for WrestleMania. Now, you can go back to last year's WrestleMania, and people will say, well, and I said the same thing, well, the build was not significant. The build was decent. The build was subpar. But the difference between last year's WrestleMania and this year's WrestleMania is huge, and it is drastic. No Cena, no Orton, no Rollins. Neville got injured tonight on Raw. Cesaro, if I have already mentioned Cesaro. I know Tyson Kidd. All these things add up. They all stack up, okay? The WWE right now gave us a piss-poor Monday Night Raw. We saw blood on Raw. Roman Reigns returned. Listen, I'm a Roman Reigns fan, but the booking, the lack of logic, the intangible is not there, okay? There is no advancement. Nothing is moving. We're at a stalemate. I mean, nothing is leveled out here. No chances are being made. Nothing creative. Nothing compelling. Nothing overwhelming. Nothing. This is absolutely a shoot. This is the first time ever in Sean's View Entertainment's history since watching WWE all the way back in the early 90s. And I know a lot of the stuff from my brother in the 80s and going back with my father in the 70s. And all this wrestling is in my blood. It's in my family. It's in the tradition. It's in the history, okay? So I know my wrestling. And I've never said this ever about a WrestleMania. I would not be sad. I would not be mad. I would not lose sleep if I didn't watch this WrestleMania. Now, yet last year's WrestleMania amazed us. Last year's WrestleMania surprised us, but that was a WrestleMania again with a John Cena, a Randy Orton, a Seth Rollins, a Cesaro. You had all the key elements. You had all the things that combined to make WrestleMania historic. Well, Sean, we have Shane McMahon. We have Brock Lesnar. We have Dean Ambrose. We have Triple H and Roman Reigns. The problem here is Roman Reigns hasn't been on the show for 3 weeks, and he finally decides to show up tonight to no reaction. Again, not Roman Reigns' fault. Not realizing the fact that the creative team needs to get their creative juices flowing. And when nothing's moving and nothing's advancing and nothing's making sense and nothing's adding up, and you have only 2 more Raws before WrestleMania, and this is the best that you can give us. This is what you offer to us. And Vince, and here we were in Pittsburgh tonight, right? We were in Pittsburgh. Isn't Pittsburgh crowd a little bit more livelier and a little bit hotter? That Raw show on 3/14/2016 was horrible. Not only was what we saw on TV bad, the freaking people, I swear, were asleep. The people were not making any noise. They were not holding up their signs. They were not being loud. They didn't give a damn what we were watching. They didn't give a damn what was being produced. Well, because quite frankly, nothing was being produced. Nothing was upping the ante. Oh, well, sure, Mick Foley handed Dean Ambrose a barbed wire baseball bat. Well, that's great. Why didn't he go looking for Brock Lesnar throughout the night with it? Why didn't he stalk Brock Lesnar? I booked Monday Night Raw a hell of a lot better. It was more entertaining. It made sense. It was logical. And I understand there's a lot of other people on YouTube that do WWE videos that can book Raw better than Raw itself. I understand that, but I just understand also that if I were on the creative team, Raw's ratings, WrestleMania, the build, the aura, the sense of urgency. That's the other thing about this WrestleMania. With all these injuries, where is the sense of urgency? It's non-existent. It doesn't exist. It's not there. It's mute. It's minute. It's a ghost. It's a ghost. Where is the elephant in the room? Let's address the elephant in the room. The WWE should absolutely be thinking outside the box. The WWE should be doing everything in their power to get the whoa. Here's the catch line. Here we go. Not to get, I know I'm all over the place in this video. Well, we're gonna give you the WWE Network for free. Well, you better give out the WWE Network for free for new subscribers, because who the hell in their right mind is going to pay to watch this piss poor garbage built up show? I'm not putting any of the blame on the superstars. I am not putting any of that on the guys and gals who bust their ass. It is the powers that be. It's the creative. It's the late last minute changes. It's the injuries. It's the philosophies. It's the fallacies. It's just, it's almost too much to handle. How the WWE could be going from the Attitude Era, how they could go from the Attitude Era to the Ruthless Aggression Era with John Cena, Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle. The list goes on and on and on. And listen, I'm not taking anything away from the caliber of superstars today. You got Dolph Ziggler, you got Sami Zayn, you got Kevin Owens, you got Roman Reigns, you got Dean Ambrose, you got Brock Lesnar, you got all these intangibles. And, let's talk about tonight's Monday Night Raw, since Raw did put me to sleep. I gave a Raw review, but I honestly put me to damnly well sleep. But from what I remember is, if I were still in high school, hell, if I were in college, hell, if I worked in the real world, because YouTube's my job, and YouTube, quite frankly, isn't a real job to some people on here. YouTube isn't a real job. No, not a real job at all. No. YouTube, not a real job. Nope, doesn't pay money, doesn't pay your bills, doesn't put you in a mansion. Some people haven't made millions off this website, but no, that's another story for another time. If I weren't outside my house and worked at a supermarket, worked in construction, worked in the toilet, worked for porno, worked for the USA Network, worked for... Wait a minute. Let's talk about the USA Network. At what point does the USA Network step in and say, these ratings could be better? What kind of show is this? I've been watching Raw since 1993. I've seen the good, the bad, the ups, the downs, the slopes, the curves, the swerves. I have seen it on the TNN, I have seen it on the USA, and then I've seen it return on the USA Network. Here's the thing about Raw. If you miss one episode, if you miss 2 episodes, 3, 4, you could miss 2 months worth of Monday Night Raw, and you return right back to it, and you haven't missed a damn thing. If you would have done that in the Attitude Era or the Ruthless Aggression Era, you would have missed a whole hell of a lot. You would have been pissed. You would have been mad. And you would have been sad. And you would have actually lost sleep and said, oh my God, I miss Raw. You would be livid. But nowadays, if you miss Monday Night Raw, it's no big deal. But during WrestleMania, the WWE usually picks up. During WrestleMania, the WWE makes things feel more important. During WrestleMania, everything feels a lot hotter. But instead, I'm feeling sick. I'm feeling like throwing up. I'm feeling mild. I'm feeling underwhelmed. I am feeling just, like I said in the beginning of the video, just this empty, no good, sick feeling in the pit of my stomach. And if this is a show that we're supposed to be amped and crazy about, oh, Sean, they've just announced the Usos versus the Dudley Boys in a straight-up singles, in a straight-up tag team match. No stipulation, nothing on the line, a straight-up match. Why are we supposed to care about the Dudley Boys versus the Usos in a tag team match at WrestleMania? Instead, this does not seem like the build to WrestleMania. Let me tell you what this seems like. This seems like the build to Sunday Night Heat, the build to WWE Saturday Morning Slam, the build to WWE Velocity, the build to WWF Shotgun Saturday Night. This doesn't even feel like a build to a minor league pay-per-view or an indie show. This is, there is no reason, there is no rhyme for what we are getting. This WrestleMania, if I'm going to watch it, yeah, I'm going to watch it, hands down. I'm going to watch WrestleMania just because that's the fan in me. Even though, what we're getting is absolute garbage. The bottom line is, yeah, the WWE could pull through. The WWE could, intensify things. The WWE could clarify things. The WWE could, just blow things up. In WrestleMania, it could, this is a far stretch from what I've been saying, could be the greatest WrestleMania of all time. I don't know about that. That's where I draw the line. All I know is the WWE has 2 weeks. They have 2 more Raws. And if they're going by what we got tonight, there's no hope. There is no hope. This could be the worst WrestleMania of all time. Build, storyline, match card, and everything in between. 100,000 people? Negative 100,000 people. Subscribe.